The ICPL Sunshine Classic, after a bit of a break here, the amateur finals have been decided. I'm Matty Marshall. I got Sam Monville from Houston Heat, also All-Americans, up here to help call this set. And it looks like Asylum, Valhalla, and Jungle Lizards have made it to the finals here in the amateur division. So Asylum as the first seed, waiting to see who they're going to play first. But first it's going to be Valhalla and the Jungle Lizards. So so how it works in the 10-man is whoever loses between the two bottom seeds in the three-team bracket has to play the number one seed next. So it's going to be Valhalla and Jungle Lizards first. Sam, how you doing, bud?
Oh, not bad. It was, not the best weekend for us as a team, but I always tell people, like, these are what I come to remember why I end up playing in general. Like,
it was a fun one, right?
These are the most fun events on earth.
So about to jump in here. And on the breakout right now, Valhalla are going to be on the red side, and it looks like a good old 10-on-10 break here, Sam, which we haven't really seen. Maybe for a second.
Jungle Losers.
Oh, Jungle Losers going to lose. Yeah, they're going to lose one from the top side here, so it's a 9-on-10 situation in favor of Valhalla, as Jungle Lizards is going to be repositioning up to that crucial 40-yard line bunker in the center of the field. It's basically a triple stack of mounds up at that 40-yard line, and it's been a really crucial spot here, Sam.
Yeah, cutting down that side of the field, if people aren't looking, you can go all the way down to the other team's side of the field, and it's just, you have to have somebody cutting down that side. And Jungle Lizards losing a second player.
Yeah, so down to 8 bodies here as we throw 12 minutes on the clock. A minute has expired, and yeah, so in the driver's seat right now, Valhalla, FSU, team out of Texas, and they got the Jackson brothers on that squad. You can have 2 pros on the amateur team, and it does look like first body to drop. Is that one of the Jackson brothers? It looks like the Swagger. Does look like
yeah,
it might be.
Kind of looks like Fuzzy, but I can't tell.
So that would be pretty crucial for Valhalla to lose one of the Jackson brothers, as those are 2 big killers. So 9-on-8 situation still in favor of Valhalla. Again, they are on the red side. So we're looking over this is from the top side. You can see there that barren mound. That's been the crucial spot. And Sam, another body here, dropping from this back corner bunker. And they're going to be losing their first attacker here on the low side of the field. So it is not looking good for the Jungle Lizards right now, as they got 4 bodies in the dead box.
So if Valhalla can recognize the situation, they've cut off everybody on an entire wire. So if these guys are smart, they're going to chop it. And we get a penalty on the Jungle Lizards as well.
Yeah, it's not. That's also just not helping things here. It's definitely helping us beat the darkness, but it's definitely not helping their cases to win here in the finals.
They at least were able to fill out to the corner on this side to shut things down and get a kill on Valhalla, but things are looking pretty bleak.
Yeah, Valhalla crawling up to that 50-yard line on the top side. There on your screen here, left side of your screen, you can see Valhalla in really good field position as they lose another body, though. So Valhalla initially controlling the action here and putting 5 bodies in the box for Jungle Lizards, especially with that penalty, but getting chopped up a bit here, trying to reposition. They still are strong on the top side. 2 bodies, you got actually 3 bodies that way. 4 bodies that way total, but they got a body at the 50, and then a body at each of the mounds, and then 1 inside. Doesn't look like anyone in that back corner bunker, but still stacked up on that crucial side of the field. What are your thoughts overall here after this entire tournament on this mound? So you and I got to actually talk as we were walking the field.
Anarchy.
Yeah.
It's,
yes, Sam, you're definitely right.
You can have a game where everything's going right and one guy gets lost and chop up a bunch of bodies, or especially the break is massive on this field. It's just, you can't promise the kills off the break, so when you get them, you just got to take advantage of it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But it's kind of tough sometimes for teams to take advantage of it, because even if you do lose a couple bodies, I mean, I've seen teams lose 3 bodies and come back from that, but you have to have penetration in the center. You have to have ground on that top side. This bottom side has been slower to develop because the mounds are just small over here, and those crossfield shots are pretty brutal. Another body coming off right now for Jungle Lizard, so it continues to look really good for Valhalla. And right now, this stage of the game, Sam, and you've been here many times, but when you start to go this many bodies up, as long as you got the count slightly correct, you know, okay, it's a lot to a little. Let's keep as many bodies alive as we possibly can, keep the score as high as we possibly can. I mean, we saw in the Pro Division heading into that last game with Shock and Cap Factory, they both were at 95. Knowing, okay, cool. Well, at least we know now going in that it's dead even on the points. And so it's going to be at least initially a conversation about body count. But we haven't seen one stalemate on this field all weekend long, even on Sunday. This is a field that I would be shocked at this point if we saw a stalemate.
Yeah, this is a very hard field to stalemate unless both teams go in with the mentality of just not moving.
Yeah.
It's very hard. Like even if you have 1 to 2 players on your team that want to take initiative, they really can do a lot of damage, and it makes me happy watching the Valhalla player come out of the kind of more center to come over here on this wire.
Yeah.
And it's, that closing on this side is a little bit harder because the gaps are bigger. But when you get penetration on this side, it starts closing the door very fast.
So there's still a ton of time on the clock. It's just, as we've been talking about, and I've mentioned many times because it is a point of conversation, time really has never been an issue out here. So Valhalla, with the numerical superiority and the amount of bodies they have on that top side, it should just be a matter of time before they find the bodies and start pinching them out. They're still, the biggest thorn in their side, though, Sam, is this body in the center.
Yes.
They have to deal with this body, and you can kind of tell that they are starting to work in positions to maybe get, obviously they're not there yet, but with the bodies they have, might be beneficial to try to get somebody to that 40, get him into the 50, and just bunker that guy. Because once this guy dies, it should be pretty quick here for Valhalla. I'm willing to sacrifice that point for the live body to take this guy out at this point in time.
And that's one of the, to me, especially with playing with the All-Americans and playing a lot of these 10-mans, is a lot of these players that usually play the NXL X-Ball format, they tend to just think, be alive.
Yeah.
They don't grasp how 10-man works, that you have to thin things out, and where body exchanges are actually, there we go.
Well, we called it because that's exactly what needed to happen. And he stays alive, so best case scenario here for Valhalla. That's exactly what needed to happen. He did it at the right moment, and then sure enough, the other two bodies come off right after that. So that textbook.
They lost the corner too, so it's the door closes fast in 10-man, but understanding that exchanging bodies in 10-man is actually a necessity.
Yes.
It's X-Ball. A lot of guys that come from X-Ball go, I don't want to exchange. In the grand scheme of things, that's 20% of your bodies on an exchange.
And only 10% in 10-man. And especially when you're up a bunch of bodies. So, again, just kudos